Ever since the last trailer, or honestly ever since this game was properly announced, there was this huge question on everyone's mind that still sparked huge debates and endless videos. Will the overworld be different enough? Even after our first long trailer about this game, discussions haven't slowed down. I would actually say this topic is now hotter than ever. Everyone seems to have the same worry about the overworld just feeling the same and that there are not enough changes. And of course then there's the camp that tells you to have faith in the Zelda team. I mean, they had almost 6 years to develop this game. They made Breath of the Wild, and they wouldn't just release the same overworld again with no changes. These discussions have been going on a lot lately, and I'm here to actually tell you that we all know what Tears of the Kingdom will feel like. You all know it. We have literally seen it in the trailers, and the reason why so many people are still debating about this is not because it's actually unclear how the world will change. It's because we all have different opinions on how many changes are enough to make it feel new. We are just talking at cross purposes. So let's start with the first time we actually got to see the new Hyrule, the 2021 teaser. The first shot shows us the new Sky Islands that look amazing, that got all of us excited, but after a while we get to see our first shots of the Hyrule overworld. And the first thing you notice is, this looks familiar. But I've never seen that bokoblin cap on a Talos, nice. And if you analyze it, you will notice that there are a lot of different things. The Deku Tree seems to be missing, there is new rubble that wasn't here before, Death Mountain didn't have fire, the Sheikah shrines and towers seem to be gone. I'm not here to hyper-analyze this trailer, you have probably seen hundreds of analyses already. Point is, some things seem to be different, but otherwise it looks very familiar to the Hyrule we know. Then we got our first trailer where the name of Tears of the Kingdom was revealed. We see Hyrule again. Death Mountain is spewing malice now. Hyrule Castle is floating on malice. There are these shiny hieroglyphs, a giant storm cloud, and what even seems to be a new cave entrance. But Hyrule down there still looks familiar. Well, now we are way closer to releasing the final build. We got a brand new trailer with many more new stuff and new shots of Hyrule. Brand new towers are here. New enemies seem to be roaming around Hyrule. Caves are finally confirmed to be in the game. Athenos lab doesn't have the ancient furnace around anymore. New bokoblin camps. The Typhlo ruins are no longer completely in darkness. The Zonai mazes seem to be floating around mid-air now. We even noticed that the sun rises further east than in Breath of the Wild, which means it's a new season now. We even see new railings on Death Mountain, so many new things. But why do people still have doubts about Hyrule? Well, you just have to look at these white shots again. If you have played Breath of the Wild, you will recognize where they are. Every shot seems to be familiar because they are. We've been here. Yes, there are new camps, new enemies, maybe some new rocks, but this is the same Hyrule. We all knew that. I'm not saying we have seen everything, maybe they have rebuilt some towns, maybe they built new structures and stuff somewhere around Hyrule that will take us by surprise, but is this enough for you? Yes, you specifically, because I know, you know, we all know exactly what is different about this new Hyrule. We don't know everything, but we saw already a massive chunk of Hyrule already. Are these changes enough for you? For some people, new towns and new structures around Hyrule that we haven't seen yet will be more than enough. That's why they are so advocate about trusting the Zelda team. I trust they will do exactly that as well. But for me personally, even if there's a new town, some new structures, just looking at Hyrule and having played it so much, I recognize that the overall changes are minimal. And everyone fearing that Tears of the Kingdom's Hyrule will feel too samey have realized that as well. If you are one of them, like I am, what exactly do you think they would do with the overworld to change it up to be enough for you? This is not going to be a new world, so it's time to hang that dream up. I bet we will be surprised by all the little things they are changing around Hyrule. You just have to experience it to truly feel the difference. I also think many people think they will get bored with Tears of the Kingdom's overworld. But if you actually boot up Breath of the Wild right now and play it for a bit, you will see that there are many places you forgot even existed. Now don't get me wrong, for me personally, I think the changes to Hyrule are exactly as I suspected they will be. Minimal. And I'm kinda let down by that, but we haven't touched on the brand new underground and floating islands yet. Breath of the Wild's Hyrule is not even the focus of this new game, guys. Hyrule is just an extra. There are tons of new islands that you haven't seen yet and are massive in scope. And here's proof of that. Have you noticed that looking in the sky from Hyrule, there don't seem to be many islands? Just in this shot alone we almost see half of Hyrule already. I can count those islands on my hands. That doesn't seem to be right. In other shots of the trailers you don't even see any sky islands at all. Guys, there are multiple layers of the sky that you can't see. In the new trailer we don't see many clouds when we are up in the sky. We are right around the cloud layer, and there are even more layers above the cloud layer. In the first teaser we see Link in the sky so high above we can't even see Hyrule down below. And in the latest trailer we are so high above that we see the clouds being way below us. This game is not going to load every single floating island in the sky on screen. We have no idea about the extent of underground layers as well. Honestly, the size and the world of Tears of the Kingdom are the least of my worries for this game. This will be massive. Hyrule will feel like a side hub. And I hope this video did ease your mind a bit. Now what's actually important is if they get dungeons correctly this time. That's the real struggle I have. And you can watch my latest video about that now after the end screen appears. So thank you again so much for watching. And sub if you enjoyed anything I said. See ya.